What does it take to build a good life when circumstances aren't what you want? So all of us, right? Most of us would go, man, I want a good life. None of us would say, oh, I hope my life is awful. Now, what do we mean by a good life? Well, maybe we're talking about terms of success. Maybe we're thinking money or achievements or whatever. But for today, I am working off what does it mean to build a good life, off that a good life is full of love, is full of, you feel like you belong, you have a purpose, you know peace, you have it like all around you, and you are overflowing with joy. Now, my guess is maybe that wasn't totally your definition, but who doesn't want more of those things, especially when circumstances aren't what you want? When the things that are going on in life and you're like, what in the world is happening? How can I find a little more peace? Am I really loved? Do I even love myself? Do I belong here? What's my purpose? So when we're thinking about that, there are several ways. It has all kinds of components about how to build those things, but for today I've got two. And the first one comes out of Deuteronomy 11:18. Place these words I'm speaking on your heart and in your very being. Tie them on your hand as a sign. They should be on your forehead as a symbol. This is all about what do we bind, tie to our lives? What kind of wisdom and knowledge are we holding on to so much so that it impacts the way that we speak, what we do, and how we think? And when we're going through that, like, okay, what wisdom and knowledge do we dedicate ourselves to? Maybe the knowledge of prayer, meditation, of being able to take a breath. Maybe it's exercise or finding some stillness. Maybe it's reading and getting more information so that we can make a better decision, right? There are all kinds of pieces of knowledge and wisdom that we can take in and bind to our lives in such a way that we are able to actually have a better life. Are we listening to others that are peaceful, that absolutely try to be helpful to our lives, or are we like, it's a little hard, I don't know if I got time for that? And so this is also about what priorities. What are the things that we are prioritizing in our knowledge and wisdom? The second thing for us is this sense out of Joel 2, verse 21. Don't fear fertile land, rejoice and be glad, for the Lord is about to do great things. So first we get the knowledge, and what are we tying our lives to, and thinking like Helen Keller of saying knowledge is love and light and vision. But that automatically then challenges the second thing that helps us to have a good life, which is this don't fear fertile land. So often we think of fear as what we don't want. Like we do not want that to happen. We think really bad, but there are times where we actually have fear of stuff that's good. Because maybe we have to take a necessary risk. Maybe we have to get a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe we're actually fearful of what good can really happen if we're willing to take particular steps. And so to be able to take stock there, not only of the knowledge that we're binding and the wisdom we're binding to our lives, taking in and living out, but then also how are we allowing fear to impact us, to change us, to take us in directions that absolutely are not going to lead to us having a better life, to building a better life. And the poet Maya Angelou says this: what is a fear of living? It's being preeminently afraid of dying. It is not doing what you came here to do out of a timidity and spinelessness. The antidote is to take full responsibility for yourself, for the time you take up and the space you occupy. If you don't know what you're here to do, then just do some good. So what pieces of knowledge, what pieces of wisdom are you going to tie your life to, bind it to? And then what fears do you need to set aside to actually move through, say, you know what, that's not going to stop me. It makes me anxious a little, but it will not stop me from going in this direction, from building a better life, no matter the circumstances. Have a good one.